Assalamualaikum and a good day. Now I will present the FPC assignment that has been given to us that is near to completion. So the subject of the FPC assignment being given to us is script explanation for the Dengue Entomological Surveillance System, which can be shortened to the DES. This system has been coded by me, Muhammad Hady bin Zainal Hady, and Irfan Syahmi bin Azman. So first, proceed, we have the header, which includes IIS stream, IOMany stream. This header purpose is to include the libraries required for input-output operation, string handling, and file manipulation and formatting. So moving on, we move to the structure definition. Here we have two structure definition, which is the arbitrary and the local. For the arbitrary, we have cup ID, address, marker, location types, contact details, GPS latitude, and GPS longitude. Each variable defines the arbitrary structure to store information about the individual arbitraries. Such as for the cup ID, it stores the unique identifier for the arbitrary, and for the local ID, it stores the unique identifier for the local. And so moving on, then we move to the function headers. For function headers, I got 6 function headers. Which one displays the menu, one for the to input the local data, one for the to calculate the arbitraries based on the input local data, one for the summary report, one to clean the memory, and the last one is to identify the risk based on the arbitrary details that's been given. Moving on to the main function, we will then set the local pointer and the other variables, and then proceed to the do while function. In this do while function, it will first display the menu, and then by looking at the menu, we will then choose a choice at the menu based on the function down here. We can see that there is four options. So if you choose option number 1, you then proceed to where the function where you will input the locality data. If you input option 2, it will then calculate and display the arbitrary index based on the option number 1. So if you want to choose number 2, you must first go to number 1 first. Then if you choose choice number 3, you will then generate and save the report. Same goes for the option number 2. You must first complete the previous 2 options if you want to use this function. And lastly, we have the number 4. It is to exit, where you end the program. But if you choose option other than the 4 has been given, you will then have an error, and then we'll proceed to ask you input your choice again. And if you want to end this operation, the only way to end it is by choosing case 4. If you input any other options, if it is in the listing or not, it will proceed to loop back and back again. So moving on to the first option function, we have the input local data function. Here you must enter the number of localities. So the number of localities must exceed, because if the number of localities does not exceed 0, this program will not function, and then this code will then proceed to take its effect. It will then ask you to input the total number of localities again and again until the input is more than 0. So then the locality will then be put into a new file, the local count. So then it will then proceed to the for loop. In this for loop, it will then ask for you to enter the details for the locality, such as the local ID, local name, lobby traps, total lobby traps, and pository traps. And in this, the first things that they ask, there will be a code that can prevent error from happening, such as the scene ignore. So the function for the scene ignore is when you use get line, scene get, there may be a, if after you use the scene get line or scene get, and then after that you use scene, the normal scene, you will then error where the scene after the scene get line will be skipped and proceed to the next code. So in order to prevent that from happening, we use scene ignore. And after that, we have this code, because the positive VTraps cannot exceed the total of VTraps that has been decided. So this code will then take in effect so that the positive VTraps must not exceed the total VTraps. Okay, after all of that has been put, we will then proceed to ask to enter the number of VTraps to input the details. And based on how many times you choose, you will then go to this loop. So first, we will ask you to enter the details for the trap, such as the card ID, house address, marker, locality type, location type, contact details, and GPS coordinate. The input will then be stored in the locality structure and is designated variable. So just for the marker, it will then go to store in the locality structure in the marker variable. So after this has been done, it will then loop back to the top and will continue looping based on how many total number of localities you have inputted. So after that, moving on to the second option on the menu, we have the calculate orbiter index. So first, you will check if the locality output. So if there is none, you must first input the locality. This code act as a function to prevent errors from happening. So if there is a locality file, you will then proceed to calculate the index and register level using this formula, and then it will display the calculated value. After the calculated value has been done, we will then proceed to the third option, which is the summary report. And same as the second option, for the first, the summary report will detect the locality output and the report file output. If there is none for both of these, it will then end or ask you first to input the needed information. But if all of that has been done, you will then proceed in this loop. And then the loop will then be saved in an output summary report file, which will then be displayed at another tab. So, and then lastly we have the last group function, which is the cleanup memory, which is to delete the data and refresh the memory, make it start to 0. And then lastly is to classify the risk. And lastly is the risk classification, and if the level of the risk is less than 5, we go to the minimal risk. If it is less than 20, we will low risk. If it's less than 40, we will then move to the moderate risk, and if it's beyond 40, it will then label high risk. That's all from me, and have a good day, and I hope you can learn something from this video. and goodbye. Then we'll proceed to the demonstration. Here we'll choose the option number 1. Enter the total locality of the 2. Local ID 1000. Local name Johor. Target type 100. Position types 25. Choose to input two details, two object types, card ID. Right? And its locality. Then show the error, or then show the failsafe when you input something that is not is on the list. So for example, here I put number 5, return invalid choice, please try again. So moving on to the number 2. Here you can see the information that has been calculated based on the input that you have stored from the first choice. So moving on to the third choice. Here you can see the input have been saved. Then zip. And then the summary will be seen after you have exited, and here it is, the summary and all of the information.